and it went for 800. Should have been 1100, but it was 12 imps to Mahaffey, so hence the difference. The difference is 13. That's been an adjustment of 1 imp, and I don't know why. So 1100. That's Archie in the match for the bronze medal. Also went for 1100, but that wasn't 4 diamonds. He jumped to 3 no clubs. That got doubled, and they got out in 4 diamonds, and that went 4 down, 1100.
Gosh, well, that doesn't seem a very close bidding decision, does it? Just surprising.
Yeah. However, that match is over. Zimmerman winning because they play no more than 2 sessions, 40 boards. So the bronze medals go to the Zimmerman team and 15,000 euros. Right, so now we have a new combination. Nyström Hult, 2 Swedes.
Right, well, I think 3 clubs looks like a well judged rebid from Maxtroff.
Yes, yes, yeah. He couldn't really bid 2 no trumps with nothing in diamonds. I agree.
Yes, well, you can see they might make 3 no trumps if they were in it. And the club's lying perfectly.
Maybe, yeah, but yeah, maybe you can. I don't know. You need to unblock the ace of spades while you still have the ace of clubs. 6 clubs, 2 spades if you can get them, and 1 heart maybe. Yeah, it's close.
Well, if it begins a club a heart, yeah, you might get a spade lead, which doesn't help you directly, but you just set up a, well, maybe play clubs first, set up a heart.
Yeah, but they don't have to win. The queen. If you play the queen of hearts, they can let it hold, right? And you cannot get back to the king of spades.
Well, you've still got the, if you played the clubs first, I see what you mean. You've got to assume the clubs are coming in then. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Gotta go for your 9th trick. Trick 2.
Yes, that will work. You have to play a harder trick too.
Well, it's another deal with similar values. Right,
Yeah.
they are in 3-note trumps on board 1 at the other table, Al tells us.
Yeah. Is it Ventin playing with Palmer then, Al? Or with Brun? The lead was the Jack of Hearts. Well, he can certainly make it. 2 diamonds is a 6 card. You are allowed to have 7 when you are vulnerable. The multi-defense to 1-note trump. Look at the 1-note trump hand. I don't mind the 2-2 and the majors. I mean, you have 9 points there. But it's an upgraded 14 count.
Gosh, has he really upgraded that to 15-17, or is it 14-16?
No, it's 15-17. And I don't think it's worth the intermediate cards in the minors.
Just that he's got 9 points and doubletons.
Indeed. But if he had Queen 10 in diamonds, or Queen Jack 10 in clubs, perhaps it was worth it.
I don't know, I can see he wants to play no trumps from his hand with those tennises, and maybe to shut out the majors if partner's weak.
Ah, it's a good 14-17. Okay. So let's just accept that it's a good 4. So redouble, show your suit, bid your suit partner, 2 spades, I have spades, and he spits 3 diamonds. I don't know what double is, but probably card showing, not promising diamonds.
That's right. Much better to use it for that. So, another example of the great bridge truth that the best length of suit to lead from against 3-no trumps is a 5-card suit. When you've got 6 or 7, there's too much chance your partner will have a singleton and can't assist you.
It's true. And you can't set up your suit with only one side entry.
Still, they had nowhere else to go.
3-no trumps made on board 1 in the other room. As we thought it would. So Lystrom will probably play another club. Yeah, looks right. Not touching diamonds. Let Clara play diamonds himself. It is likely that De Clara has 5 diamonds. In fact, it's a certainty. After 2 spades, pass, 3 diamonds. That is a 5-card suit. So Hood can abandon spades, of course. He knows the spade layout. So let's see, can Maximus cash the ace of hearts and let the jack run? Then he has 4 heart tricks. Six. Yeah, that's 9 tricks. And I didn't say in order to take the Queen of Hearts, but can't you afford to overtake the Jack of Hearts? You can. I mean, Jack of Hearts king and knock out the Queen. That would be normal play.
So he's relying on the King of Diamonds as an entry, is that the idea?
Yeah, yeah. But that would be wrong if South had 3 hearts to the Queen. Because then he has an entry to set up his spades, if he also has the Ace of Diamonds.
Well, the fact he's thinking shows he wasn't quite sure which was best. But knowing of 7-1 spades tilts the odds on the heart suit. As he also knows the club shape.
Yes, but it is a close decision, David, because that could have been 7-3-2-1.
Yes, there's only a 2-card discrepancy in the black suits.
So obviously we expected a spectator last set. We already more to come, no doubt.
What were the deals like in the middle set? Were they a good
Dull.
standard? We were fairly lucky in the first set.
Yeah, they were pretty dull and very, very small swings, as you can imagine. The score was 55 to 55 before board 19, right? So we had swings of 1s and 2s and a couple of 5s. No big swings. They were fairly flat.
Well, in the first set you couldn't exactly put your finger on any special boards, but it just seemed that nearly every board had some point of interest. So I quite enjoyed that set.
Well. Well, Sam, 6 clubs. Yeah, I would also bid 4 clubs. If I bid again, I would bid 4 clubs. 4 no trump sounds like a balanced hand, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, 4 clubs looks the normal bid if you're going to go at all, which you probably should on that hand. So Mexroth probably expecting the spade ace to be missing. No, he's gone 6 no trumps, has he?
Let's see. Now the lead will be the 10 of spades, and declarer will have 6 club tricks, 2 diamonds, 8, a heart is 9, 2 spades is 11. So he needs a squeeze, or he can of course play for the king of hearts to be onside.
Well, he's got to set the clubs up first.
Yes, and then he has rectified the cat. Who knows not to continue spades? But it's a trick 1. I hate spades, partner. Don't continue it. And then serves is pretty much end played. He can't exit a spade, he can't exit a heart. Now, so he has to exit a diamond. And do we now have a squeeze if the declarer plays for it?
Well, South is discarding after the dummy.
So now he knows not to lead a heart. Jack of hearts shows the 10, denying the queen. So he has to play a diamond, and he will play a diamond. The only question is which. And isn't that just his downfall? That there is no squeeze.
No, it isn't. South is going after the east hand. So he can just match the length there. Apart from the fact that he was forced to play a diamond, probably needed to play a diamond.
No errors from Lustrom here. He has to keep that diamond. Yeah.
Wondering without a diamond switch, well of course, I mean he had to play a diamond, but without one might possibly have been some sort of non-simultaneous double squeeze. I don't, with neither player able to hold a diamond.
Very hard. You get the 9 of spades, a trick 1. Don't continue spades. Then the jack of hearts. Don't switch to a heart unless you can afford it. Helping partner to switch to a diamond. I think that's great.
Well, that sure was a big hand because it was easy as anything to let it through. Now, the next question to ask is whether they would have been any better off in 6 clubs. Yeah.
I haven't analysed it, but I'm told now that the contract can be made if you give a club a trick 2. So you have to duck a club all round to make it. Probably true. I haven't been through it. I'd just like to see what the difference is if you do give them the first club.
Well, maybe that allows you to cash the king of spades and come back to the clubs.
Yeah, but that would give up on the clubs 2 too.
Oh gosh, I see, yes. Oh well, that's double dummy in that case. Well, yeah, it is double dummy because he still had the heart finish there. Well, a huge hand anyway. But towards late the match has been so tight and close throughout that whether that made or not was the same sort of double swing potentially that we've mentioned. Either gaining a double figure amount or losing it. It's vulnerable too, so usually a 20.
So the play in 6 clubs is the same. In order to make it, you have to duck a club. There's no difference between 6 clubs and 6 now.
So that's a fairly bold guess stem bid if that's what it is. It's always more attractive to make such bids when you can specify your suits. He didn't have that much of a hand vulnerable. Most players would just bid a spade, I think.
Yeah. Now back to board 3. If you played 6 clubs, it's wrong-sided because Norse can lead a heart. And then you're just down a trick one.
As indeed he would from that hand. Jack 10x and unsupported honours in the other 2 long suits. Single queen of clubs. Well, a big hand.
Another big hand. We are very close to a slam, but only close. Because you have 2 spade losers. Unless Norse cashes the ace of spades. Well, I don't think he will. At clubs.
See, mixed. Well, I was saying Mexroth made a slightly unusual double there, not holding hearts, which was the unbid suit, but he didn't like to raise diamonds straight away in case his partner was short, because he's not likely to be short once you get a stem bid.
Well, I like it and shows that partner has 2 or 3 small spades and signed off in 5 diamonds. That's good bidding.
Sure is. Right, 3 no trumps went down on board 2.
Have you been through the play to see how he played it?
Well, ace and another spade to start with. Jack of clubs ducked, then he played ace of hearts.
He didn't have Jack of hearts. Right.
No, and North did well to, of course, duck the Jack of clubs.
It was a close decision, as I said. Could have been right to let it run.
Yeah, so once after that start, after trick 4, he couldn't make it. No, plenty of meat on these boards then.
So double of 4 spades is cards showing. You don't have a trump stack when you double 4 spades. And you'll have to pass. And partner will only hit if you like. And indeed they can make 5 clubs, so it can even make 6. But very difficult to get to 6 after this start.
Well, they've done really well, I think, because they weren't going to get rich off 4 spades doubled. So that's a good effort by Nustrom.
Yeah, you can see it now, of course. But then again, there could have been a diamond rough in 6 clubs.
Well, anyway, if someone bids 4 spades against you, you can hardly judge it as accurately, and they've done very well.
Thirteen back to Ventin on board number 3. 6 no trumps down 1 at this table.
And he made 12 tricks.
He took 12 tricks and 3 no trumps, yes. We don't know how.
Well,
you can look it up.
I do. I mean, he did brilliantly at trick 1. When the heart was led into the ace-queen, he won with the queen.
Oh, did he? Wow, well done.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's entirely different leading against 3 no trumps compared with 6.
Yeah, had North not overcalled spades.
You're absolutely right, Roland. That's exactly what happened. Not that surprising, I suppose. Queen to 5, a couple of jacks and a singleton queen.
No. 2 spades is 9 to 11. Three clubs, constructive, not forcing.
Well, judged that pretty well. Been a spade rough against 6 hearts, and then a promotion of the jack of trumps.
Those 3 no trumps makes by West, that's true. 5 clubs also makes on this lead. Because now you can rough hearts. In order to defeat it, you have to lead a trump, right? Ace of clubs, club. I mean, to defeat 5.
Well, that's not very easy. I suppose you might lead a trump if you get some trick of club sport from the weak 2 guy.
Well, 9 of clubs would be promoted now. He lost a trick when he ruffed with the 10 of clubs. Big hands this set, David. We had 1 part score, the first board. But since, big board, and we have another. I mean, they're getting to game now.
Well, on that part score, they made 3 no trumps at the other table, so it's even better than that. Yes. No, I mean the boards off in this set.
And 3 no could have been made on board number 6 as well, as the cards lie if West is declared.
Well, really, the whole tournament has been a joy, hasn't it? We've got so many big stars to watch, and we've had so many close matches. And that wonderful heart slam by Brogland that just pulled the quarter-final. Was it round of 16 in round of 16, I think. So it's just been great all round. Many thanks to Pierre Zimmerman.
Yep, swing coming on board number 4. Ventin and Palmer bit 6 down, and that can't make. So that should be 12 imps to Mahaffey. Unless Norse let the ace of spades, but I don't know who the declarer is. Who's the declarer at 6 diamonds? I heard that a spade was led. He let the ace of spades. Lindquist let the ace of spades, David. Wow, what an expensive decision.
Well, that's another 26 cents down the pan then, if that's true. Not to say that it's wrong. I mean, we know how the cards are, but what's he meant to lead?
Queen of
clubs. They had a spade,
Queen Jack to 5.
Control. Yeah. Yeah, we'll need to see the auction, because I mean they must have implied or shown the spade control. I mean, it was the Mahaffey team that made a slam on this spade finesse, was it? With ace queen jack to 4 spades in the dummy and ace queen to 4 diamonds. You remember that one?
Yeah, that was the Ventin team. Frederick Brown made.
The Ventin team, yeah. Yeah, so the
oh, you mean the 7?
eventually
They went in 7, you mean? 7 clips, yeah.
Yes. I mean, we've had quite a few deals where 20 plus imps were at stake, and they seem to have been on the right end of both of those two. Not necessarily through a superior earlier effort, so we're pretty lucky on those other two boards. Whether you think it's luck or not, when this ace of spades is led, it's amazing.
So that he was led to believe that West had a singleton spade on the auction, and direct the table now. On toad. The West showed a hand he didn't have. But isn't he allowed to do that as long as partner doesn't know? Let's see.
Well, just depends if what he did bid was explained correctly and was in accordance with Eston.
Well, exactly. If his partner says, well, he's shown a singleton spade, that is their agreement.
Well, we're with interest.
You can have a look now.
What's going on here, anyway?
Contract making, I guess. I mean, spade wasn't best for the defense, but what was poor North supposed to do? So you tell us the auction date on the other room on that slam hand on board 4.
Yes, the hand with the long diamonds opened 1 diamond. It was overcalled a spade, and East did bid 2 no trumps, which is usually played as natural but appears to be Jacoby for diamonds here. Now there was a 3 spade rebid. 4 clubs, which may have been control asking, 4 spades, 5 clubs, 6 diamonds. So I don't see any reason why 3 spades should be a singleton facing 2 no trumps.
Okay. Fortunately, it's not for us to decide. That's why we have directors.
Not that clear why he should lead the ace of spades if there was a singleton. I suppose, yeah, he would be worried about it going away on, well,
on clubs,
on
maybe.
a club, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say on the subject we were discussing before, if I ever had an incredibly lucky board for a huge swing in the middle of a match, went on to lose the match by a small margin because I'd already been gifted that amount just by the position of some cards, and that would be the way I consoled myself.
Mm-hmm. So they ignore the double. 1 heart is forcing. 4 plus cards. Whether one should raise the 2 hearts, I'm not sure. You could bid a spade. You have already shown an unbalanced hand when you open a diamond. Maybe a spade will deny 3 hearts now. I don't know.
Well, the problem with a spade is that if you then say bid 3 hearts over 3 diamonds, he'll expect a better hand. So 3 diamonds obviously means that he's expecting partner to raise on, possibly on 3 trumps.
Board 5 was flat, you know, where they could make 6 clubs. They didn't bid the slam in the other room either. Was the same auction actually.
Well, not quite, because South didn't double. He was the one who bid 4 no trumps, saying I've got a good club suit plus diamond tolerance. And
Oh right,
then chose clubs.
yes. Oh that's right, South's bid 4 now. Great. Well, we have some more information. Sorry. Yeah, we have some more information regarding the slam hand where Linguist led the spades. Tournament director involved, as I said, and the operator told us at the other table that Palmer explained 3 spades as either asking for a stopper or a cubit, and he added undiscussed.
Gosh, what a good piece of evidence.
So they didn't have an agreement, so I don't think that the tournament director can adjust anything.
Goodness me, that was the most perfect evidence possible. No chance of an adjusted score at all.
Well, board 6, I said the 3 no trumps can be made if played by, and indeed the contract is 3 no trumps at the other table, played by West on a hard lead. And they can't defeat it because North has ace of clubs, so Declarer has 9 easy tricks, 6 clubs and 3 aces.
How does he make his sum? The lead is knocking out the ace of hearts, is it?
Ah, of course, yes, sure, David, sorry, yes. The hard lead is killing, absolutely. He can't get to his clubs. Terrible.
Players who do raise 1 heart on 3 card sport have to make arrangements when they've only got 4 on the responding hand. So they play 2 no trumps, forcing. That's one way of doing it. Or here he's just made a limit bid elsewhere. Of course he had chunky 12 count with some good control, so looks like they've done quite well to stop. playing enjoyable.
Very interesting hands. And this won't be as interesting. Time to relax.
Well, we've had enough interesting boards to fill the 16 board set already. This is a 20 board set, so great dealer owes us a bit more, but he's done, very sterling effort so far.
One diamond shows hearts, and it would have without the double also. One spade denies as many as 3 hearts. Get out in the club partial. I think they can.
How many clubs do they show on that sequence?
Well, since he can have no more than 2 hearts, he can have 3 clubs still. Or maybe not. Maybe he has 4 clubs always. I don't think so. It could be 4, 2, 4, 3, and they would still open the club because one diamond would be unbalanced.
Well, this is really put 4 clubs, isn't it? That's 3 clubs. He's got a very good hand. He knows partner's short in hearts. Is he really going to miss anything if he just bids 2 clubs?
Yeah, but I have a feeling that 2 clubs isn't natural.
Oh gosh.
A CLE, King of Hearts.
Seems such a shame. 3 no trumps on the 22 count when you're doing well.
It does. Well, I'm asked about CS double. The 4 triples 3 hand, 14 count, vulnerable, facing a past partner. Well, it wouldn't be everyone's choice, but I don't think it's terrible. I mean, you have little more than you could have had for your takeout double, compensating values. I don't know if 14 is. I wouldn't teach my beginners to double with that hand.
Well, if they don't like that double, they can look at board 8, where East on this very table doubled on 3-3-2-5, doubled a diamond with a 12 count. There's 3-3 in the majors, and 2 fewer points.
Yeah, maybe you should overcall 2 clubs there, because the club suit is so good.
Well, I'm happy with the double on both hands. It may not be what we were taught to do, but it's what they all seem to do.
This wouldn't have been so bad if clubs had been 2-2. That's your double line. If you play on hearts instead, with the 9-8 in the west hand, and maybe you can get to 9-6. I don't know. But it's not normal. You see, you can set up 3 heart tricks. It's all double. Won't happen. 8 imps to Mahaffey on board 6. After the killing heart lead against 3-no trumps in the other room, down 2. Well, 3 heart tricks, not enough. Let's see. That's one trick. If he gets 3 heart tricks, he has 4. Club is 5. One more down. 6. Ace king of spades. 8. Well, he needs an end play for the 9th. In that case, but can he get an end play? But it won't happen anyway. After the lead of the club heart, no one will play on hearts now. So he's playing for clubs 2-2. So that is a poor result, of course. Dowsy and Slopes.
Well, it's a pretty unnecessary one. I mean, South has opened in the 3rd seat, white against red. So, I mean, bidding 3 clubs looks very, very strange to my eye. It's not as if you've even got a club honour if you think you're going to make a cheap 3-no trump contract. And you might bid 2 clubs on up to 9 points, so if you've got enough for game, partner will speak again over 2 clubs when you only got 7, or was it 8?
This is probably too good for 2 spades, although 2 spades shows 10 to 13. It's a very good, it's a very good hand. Then you decided to jump to 3 spades next, because if you open 1 spade and rebid 2 spades, well, that's fine, because that was your 14-16 in that case. Yes, that's fine. That's what he has decided to do.
Well, it looks like that you're okay with a double club stopper, but players usually bid 4 spades. I mean, there are quite a few doing it. You might have spades lamb on, possibly, and partner's been preempted, so he might have a 16 count. But he's only got 1 ace there, so no reason to bid on over 4 spades.
Okay. We have the ruling on that slam hand, where Lindquist cashed the ace of spades. The director's ruling is that the result stands. Slam making.
Hooray for that.
It looks like a winner. Spade loser, diamond loser, cup loser. 10 tricks. Well, he has to rough high now. Which isn't obvious. It doesn't help him to discard the singleton club, because he'll just get another diamond. Then he will still have to guess to rough high.
Well, he knows the lead was a doubleton, doesn't he? 8 and then 3.
Yes, but it's not clear to rough high, David.
Really? The king of trumps.
No, but the thing is,
no,
if
king X, you could,
well, if you play for a singleton king, in which case, and draws to dummy and finesse through east. Why did he take the spade finesse at all? Was that necessary? Isn't it much better to play a spade to the ace?
yes, I expect so. Yes, indeed. Gosh, you won't be there's 2 trump tricks with that holding.
No, I mean, going for the spade finesse is match point play. At imps, you should surely play to the ace.
Well, I mean, it was sort of laid out on a plate, in a way, by the 8 of diamonds lead. And if he plays ace and queen of... yeah, well done.
It's not over yet, but of course he could cast the ace of spades still, and if the 10 does fall, he could hope that hearts are 3-3, so he can get a club discard on the 4th heart. I think he lost it completely here. I mean, I think he's going to finesse spades. Why else would he lead a club at that point? See? He's going to play to the 9. He roughed high because, well, if he's going to play east for the 10 of spades, he might as well have roughed with the 8 or 7 or 9. You're right.
Well, he fell off the tightrope when he didn't play ace and queen of trumps, I think.
Yeah, he realizes that now. I mean, he's a good player, very good player. Ace was soon open. You see,
wow.
he recovered, but he could kick himself for not catching the ace of spades
dear.
first.
How annoying for Zia. Anyway, well done.
I'm told that he would kick himself harder if he kept the ace and West discarded. I don't think so. Can't you cross the dummy and lead a spade to the 8 then?
Even if you couldn't have a chance of suffering promotion, much greater than the chance of a 4-0 trump break.
We replaying this hand, lead of the ace of clubs instead of eight of diamonds. What did we say?
So it was ace and then a diamond. Does that make any difference?
No.
Well, then he would have a discard of the diamond on the king of clubs, wouldn't he? Just rise with the ace and discard a diamond.
Yeah.
Make an overtrick.
Another trump. And it's goodbye to the contract. Well defended.
Well, whatever luck Zia may have had in the first session, when he had a couple of wild efforts that didn't cost him as much as they should, going off in 7 diamonds on a misunderstanding, back Blackwood and finding game went down at the other table. And another silver board. Anyway, whatever luck he had then is beginning to be replaced by bad luck in this session.
Yeah, I think I have the explanation for why we didn't get the claim, and the operator then replayed the board and let West lead the ace of clubs, because occasionally, in an occasional boxing operating, that the operator can't redeal to a new board. Can't claim, so he has to do a quick job just entering the contract and any lead just to score the board so he can proceed to the next board. That's true. I knew that, but I had forgotten.
So I missed what would cause that circumstance.
We don't know. It's a bug. They haven't solved the problem. I mean, our technicians know about it, but they don't know what causes it.
that you can never claim the contract, or just in some circumstances?
In some circumstances, yes. Occasionally, very rarely, yes.
Well, it must be incredibly rare, because I don't remember seeing it. And I've still got some of my memory left.
This PBO secure version, when we had the previous version, the operators would have to shut down completely before they could continue. So this is a wee bit better. At least it's an improvement, that they don't have to shut down. The mech misplayed the hand. I'll have a look afterwards. Why did he? Could he have made it? Oh, I see. Playing the 4 parts of spades. I see what you mean now. Yeah, well, that's quite interesting. He could let it run to the 5 and dummy. Take a roughing finesse and clubs and cross to dummy's end of space and get a loser away on the king of clubs, the queen of clubs. Ha ha ha! Yeah, I see that.
Do that and the match is won. How is North going to recover from the experience?
It's obvious that Norse can counter by playing a higher spade. I understand that. What a match we had, David. Aren't we lucky? Well, it's been good bridge. Occasional errors, but remember, fatigue has set in, obviously. After such a long week, most teams playing four-handed.
Yes, and I'm not exactly as attractive as I found those in the first third of the match. Almost every board has something interesting about it. If it doesn't, these wonderful players find something interesting.
South doesn't air. He's through a diamond, which is right. Can't unguard the 8 of hearts. And we checked the video, he did play the 4th spade. Now that is quite funny.
Well, I'm on board.
Yeah, but listen, it was a fantastic board because it cannot cost. I mean, Mestros didn't have to win in hand when he switched to the 4 of spades. It couldn't cost to let it run to dummy, could it? I mean, if South had a spade, what would he have lost by doing that?
Well, I mean, he doesn't know. I don't know. He doesn't know North has the ace of clubs, does he? What did he do after winning the trump in hand?
No, he can only make it if he lets a spade run, because North didn't return a higher spade. And what I'm saying is that it can't cost to let it run to the dummy.
Well, he wanted to lead towards the Jack of Hearts, I suppose. He had Jack X opposite King third.
Yeah,
So
but he can do that later, can't he?
Jack. Well, he would want the ten of spades as an entry to lead back towards the king if the Jack lost.
Yeah, makes sense. How old are North-South, I'm asked. Well, Frederick Nystrom is in his 40s. I believe Simon Hult is a junior. I think he is 23. Confirmed, 23.
Gosh, when I think how fairly clueless I was playing bridge at 23, seeing as I only started playing when I was 21. It's rather annoying that he's playing in this big final. Still, nothing worries me nowadays. Water under the bridge.
Oh, 3 trumps is a fair gamble. Do something with that hand. 3 trumps is absolutely fine. Well, it can be costly, I know. It can be costly. I mean, it's not risk-free. But it's a fair decision to be 3 trumps. I mean, 3 trumps on this auction is wide-ranging. Or maybe it's an overall problem. David says he can't hear me. A problem for everyone. He left the table. Okay, people can hear me.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. I was just saying, David, that 3 trumps in this position is wide-ranging. I think it's a fine bid. Whether it works or not, I mean, it's just normal bridge, isn't it?
I suppose so, yeah. Just a bit of a gamble what slice of the missing points partner will have. I mean, if he'd passed in the first seat, you might be worried that West had a bigger expectation of points than North, but they're both passed hands, so you can put him with half of the missing points. And that might well include the King of Clubs and somewhere in the major.
King of clubs, King of spades. At least it has play.
Shows you what a good bid 3 diamonds was. Every time these players make preempts and people may say, oh gosh, wouldn't have done that. Sort of are looking too closely at what they've got and forgetting the problems that they may well cause to the opponents. So that 3 diamonds was excellent.
Hmm.
He's got chucky holdings in the majors and expects Seth maybe to have clubs.
Yeah, it's right for declarer. But I would have done the same. And Max was just through a trick. Was through the diamond. He thinks declarer has ace king. So it's 300 instead of 400. Now 200 instead of 400. He keeps throws tricks. Keep winners, throw losers. But again, how can he expect partner to have ace jack to 4 diamonds?
Well, double dummy, probably the four of hearts is best to bring in the whole diamond suit.
Yeah, well, a hard now will take it 2 down, right? A diamond only 1 down. So that's cheap. Could have been much more expensive for declarer. We have a new leader in the meantime, as you see. He was 4 down at some point, and now he's only 1.
Well, a lovely cheap sacrifice against 3 diamonds making.
Yeah, against 4 diamonds even. Yeah. Well, across with a spec, take up finesse. Well, he wanted to see how he had the king. Once he didn't, went up with the ace.
So it doesn't look like South has a decision. He's got a 2 spade bid, but that leaves North thinking how much he should do. He's got that very awkward Queen to 4 diamonds under the overcall and no idea where the shortage will lie between West and South.
Fine. We'll let them play in 3 diamonds. Vulnerable. And go down. How about a state contract? Well, depends on the
Play
defense.
very well. I mean, he's
No, he
judging it
doesn't.
wonderfully. Well, I think North's done extremely well to let 3 diamonds play.
Yes, and also not to bid on after 2 states. He has a 5 loser hand, but
Yeah, exactly.
it's worse than that because of the 2 diamond bid.
Well, he's judged very well twice on 1 hand, so can't do much better than that.
Well, he is a world champion, so one would expect no less.
Right. Which World Championship was that?
That was in Lille. Can't remember the year. Al can, I'm sure. Sweden won. When was it? It's not so long ago. Was it?
Was that the Olympiad or the Mind Games?
Yeah, it was some such. Exactly. I can't remember when. I can look it up. But Al knows everything, so he'll tell us. Or one of the other Swedish spectators. 2012. Right.
6 years ago, was it? Yeah. I was going to say 4 or 5. Should be some formula to work out how quickly time passes as a function of your age.
And we won't forget 2012, of course, the Olympic Games in London.
Well, good. Just praise for Nystrom. Well done.
If you're desperate, you better slam that. If you do, you will make it. 6 spades, I mean. But you need to be desperate. The 1 spade shows an unbalanced hand for them. Of course, he has a nice hand, but the club void isn't great.
Well, that's what happens when you've got to spare for your splinter bid. You don't really know whether to bid again. Usually, if you do bid again, it means your splinter bid was the wrong. He's got very few losers though, hasn't he? So he's got to gamble now whether to go high or low.
It is not a good slam, 6 spades.
Right. Well, I was wondering whether Zia might try and find out more, but all he could have done was to bid the 4th suit. Then he would hit 3 clubs, that wouldn't help him too much.
No, then it would be 3 spades, and partner would just raise to 4, and he would be in the same situation. Yeah, 6 hearts may be just a wee bit better, where you're not dependent on the spades. You can set up the clubs for spade pills. Well, I'm asked about the splinter. how much do I need to splint in this situation? Well, I'm unlimited when I bid 4 clubs.
As Peter Lund would say, oh, yes and no. Because the classic splinter bid, you are limited really to fairly close to a minimum sound game raise, and you're just telling partner, well, I've got enough just to put you to game, but by the way, if you're interested, I've got a singleton here. And if you've got another high card more than that, then it's a bit awkward because you've wasted so much space to show the singleton club, and you're going to have to go to the 5 level to find out more. So that's why usually a classic splinter bit, unless you want a splinter and then go on, it's usually just less than see ahead.
The question is really whether you should splinter in partner's long suit or not. Well, I think I would have bid 2 diamonds.
Yes. Oh, of course, I was wrong what I said before over 2 diamonds. He's a bit hard, of course. Got 3 card heart sport. So that paints a pretty good picture of his hand.
So they got to 5 spades on board 11. Absolutely no play. West didn't open 3 clubs. They got to 5 spades against what? What did North South bid? I wonder how high were they? Maybe they were 5 diamonds.
It's not up yet, they haven't played it.
No, but they were 5 diamonds at some point. So East decided to bid 5 spades. 5 diamonds would obviously not have made. I think 300 trumps is a fine bid, and it would be very exciting if he is left to play there and gets a heart lead. Good luck. Guess the hearts.
We had that situation earlier today, didn't we?
We did, where Hult in the E seat could have led a spade from Queen 10-9 to 6. Declare on a guess. King X and dummy and Jack X in his hand, right? Was that the position?
Yeah, he
yes,
had Queen
yes,
of diamonds from Queen Jack double to
yeah.
instead. Yeah, that's right. And the 5 card diamond suit went down in dummy.
So interesting. Did you say that you should lead from a 5 card suit rather than a 6 card suit, David? In which case, Maxwell should lead a spade.
Well, I don't know. You don't usually have the choice between them. It's just when you've got one of them to decide whether it's a promising lead or not. Seems a bit wild to be thinking of bidding now, but he's worried about long clubs, I suppose.
alternative is 4 hearts. Well, it's not that expensive. I'd like a bit to show both majors over 1 note trump rather than only hearts. Can I find one? 2 clubs would be nice if that showed both majors. Yeah, but it couldn't that be natural?
Well, usually when someone bids a no trump opposite 1 club, they've got some sort of club support. They're not looking for a major themselves. I don't think you're going to have a natural 2 clubs.
Yeah, well, sure, you could bid 2 note trumps, but that would drive it to the 3 level. But maybe you're good enough for that. 2 note trumps should show. Clubs, it's going to bid 4 clubs, I see. And when he gets doubled, so then he can redouble, and Bartle bids 4 diamonds, and he gets doubled, and he can redouble, and then he's shown both majors. Well done.
So now it looks like they're okay in 4 no trumps, actually. Or perhaps even 5 clubs.
Yeah, but they can still bid 4 no trumps.
Yes, I said 4 no
which
trumps,
can make,
or perhaps
yeah,
even 5 clubs. See, North has the extra stuff needed for 4 no trumps, and I don't know if South can bid it on his cards. One would take it that the pass was forcing.
Well done. Well done. His partner can guess that.
Oh, I see. I forgot he wasn't playing it. I was just going to say, what a wonderful bid for the 20-year-old. And you reminded me about the house situation.
Yeah.
Right.
But he may not lead a heart. Well, he will now, when he got 4 hearts from partner. Good luck, Lisa.
Played extra for the ace when after the 4 club bid, I have to say he's been pretty strong.
Yeah. I agree, he should. But you had to do it. I'm asked, have I misunderstood the bidding, or is this more poker than bridge? I don't think it's poker, I said bridge. And it
Hooray!
up with the king is good. Yeah.
It's absolutely marvellous bridge.
Yes.
That's just absolutely great. Wow. This is really living up to what you expect from some massive international final. Gosh, what a wonderful 4 no trump bid. Helped, I think, by his partner's forcing pass.
I think this man has a great future, Simon Hult. Already in the Sweden Open team as a 23-year-old. In fact, he did play for Sweden earlier when he was younger. The Open team as well. Nordic Championships, I believe. Last year, I think it was, so it was only 22 then.
Hmm. That's yet another absolutely splendid board for kibitzing.
Well, I'm asked again why I don't pronounce his name Hult. It's because his son Hult, I promise you.
Right, well we've got over 1,000 watching the open room, so that's a pretty good game. It's sort of getting pretty close to the mid bowl final proportions, and it's not even a weekend.
I don't think he's going for the over trick, David. Mm-hmm. So Brogan didn't overcome where Hood did. So 3 diamonds, 4 diamonds, and it looks like 4 diamonds can make. But it was a lucky escape for Hood. Only down 1 in 3 no jumps. Could have been down 4. So Sia has now shown a game forcing hand with long spades. Slam is on a finesse, diamond finesse. Well, 2 spades wasn't game forcing, really? Could they stop short of game? Maybe they can. Maybe they have a second negative available. And then maybe they could stop it. So whether this is a serious or non-serious slam try, we don't know. Well done, Border. The play would be fast.
Well, it's a better slam than some we've seen. Possible they might bid it, the other table. It's really quite amazing how many of these 60 board knockout matches have been not only down to single figure margins, but just staggering along for board after board with the margin always seeming to be pretty small. So East-West can make game in at least two denominations, hearts and clubs. Also take a reasonable number of tricks in defence.
Yeah. But not as many as they would have liked, David. Is it more than two though?
Well, might depend on. Suppose
On the
diamond
diamond guess. Yes. But Sia has shown ace, queen, jack of clubs now. So surely opener must have the ace of diamonds. He won't get that wrong.
absolutely shown the two heart on us, so that's ace, king and ace. That's his double. It can hardly be anything other than a flat board, one would imagine. Okay, right, sorry, Roland has had to leave at the same time that I had a phone call. However, we know what's happening here. $300. And normal bridge, normal bidding all round the table. Right, 3 boards to go. And one advantage of us choosing to watch the mixed off is that we can, the other table's always slower, but it gives not only us but you too the chance to hop over to the other table when they finish the 20 boards here, and then we would be getting more boards for our money. They would say, anyway, that's the way we like it, and Roland blames it usually on Boya Barogaland for being just a weeny bit slow on occasion.
And his partner. Never mind, isn't it amazing that you have 30 combined, 2 balanced hands, and you can't make 3 no trumps? If Thea doesn't lead the 10 of hearts, the 7 of hearts, the 2 of hearts.
Right.
Amazing.
Well, we earlier saw Thea lead low from Jack 10-9 to 5 diamonds, didn't we? So maybe he is the sort of guy who does underlead these sequences.
But it is quite amazing that you can go down in 3 now. And Norse may just fit that. But I think he'll investigate, and when he finds a spade fit, I'm sure they can stop in 4 spades then. And 4 spades, they'd only lose 2 hearts. And
yes, I don't think North should look for a slam on that. Pretty ugly 15 count.
Even if he does, South will deny a heart control, so that they can stop. Now they have found the spade fit.
There's the trump loser there. Trump and 2 hearts.
Yeah, I know. The 3 clubs is 5 cards statement. 3 diamonds promising at least 1 4-card major. 3 hearts shows 4 spades. 3 spades confirms a spade fit. Maybe Norse would bid 4 diamonds, but he didn't even do that. He just bid 4 spades. Well done.
Well, that is well done.
The problem is, if he had bid 4 diamonds, it's got to say that South, that South would bid 4 spades. He might just bid 4 hearts as last trade, confirming the club control.
Well, is he not more or less on a bound to when his partner's unlimited and he's facing the last train suit? You know, the one that North is asking for.
Yeah, I think they did well to stop at the 4 level. Five of spades was a Grosvenor.
Well, he's getting his revenge for Boostrom leading the 4 of trumps, isn't he, on the earlier hand?
I'll let David explain what a Grosvenor is.
Well, it's when you make a bad mistake deliberately where a declarer could then make a cold contract if he believes you're a complete idiot. And when a declarer doesn't believe you're a complete idiot and doesn't take the finesse, then you have a quiet troll and he sort of glares at you. So you can't gain anything by it except psychological advantage possibly, and you risk losing it just for a bit of fun, so it's not one that you want to add to your repertoire really. Right, the penultimate board of what I think we are all going to agree has been an absolutely wonderful final to an absolutely wonderful tournament. and I've enjoyed every minute of it. Hope you have.
Yes, I agree, David. Do you have time to go to the other table when we finish here?
Is the Pope a Catholic, is my answer to that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still afternoon where you are. Yes, it's evening here.
Having watched for a large fraction of 4 days, and you've watched for the whole of 4 days, certainly not going to save myself half an hour or so by not seeing the conclusion of the match.
It's often the right decision to take out into 2 states with a hand like Maxloff. It's true a part of have a small doubleton in spades, but with a 5-5 hand, it's usually right to bid 2 spades.
I believe someone told me that Maxroth and Rodwell never raise a spade to 2 without 4-card support. Probably got some French ancestors.
It is possible that you can make game as the cards lie. You don't want to be in it. I mean, and it's not obvious that you will make it if you're in it.
So basically it's a comfortable part score, and for I will step in and say I'm sure we'd all like to thank our wonderful view-graph operator, Max Andrieux of France. We've appreciated the efforts not only of him but of all the operators. I mean, Roland and I have been on table 1 for the best part of 4 days for me, and the whole time for him, and the operators at table 1 are the better ones, but they've been truly wonderful. And what a difference it makes. And now I think about it, may I congratulate the fact that their system never crashed. You wouldn't believe when we were how many the system keeps on going down. So that's absolutely been great, so thanks to whoever has arranged for that. So thanks for the players for putting on this fabulous show for us, and thanks for BBO for providing this great platform that we can allows us to see the world's top tournaments and hundreds of other ones. And repeated word of thanks to the great Pierre Zimmerman for sponsoring this great tournament, and we all enjoy watching it, so thanks to him. And yeah, to Roland, my co-commentator, I forget if I mentioned, he's been a real hero doing 3 2-hour 50 sessions every day for 4 days. Would have killed me off. I could probably have managed it for 2 days.
Thank you, David. It's truly great. I'm glad that they have made this an official EPL event where they award medals. Getting many messages from spectators as much as we do. Let me just pick one of them. It has been a hugely enjoyable week, made doubly so by the great commentary. Thank you.
Very kind. They're only on board 14 at the other table, so we've got there maybe an hour of finals still to watch. we switch over. So Roland and I are going to do that, and maybe you'd like to join us.
Anything interesting here? Well, not at all. I mean, you have a heart looser and a club looser. And
So,
we
is it
might
time,
as
time to
yeah,
leap?
go. See you in the
Button.
in the open room. Bye bye.